如果你有意报考上海纽约大学，我相信这会是你人生道路上的一次重要选择。上海纽约大学是通过中美合作办学，在中国本土建设一所世界一流大学的尝试。作为纽约大学全球教育体系的组成部分，上海纽约大学的学生能共享纽约大学的优质教育资源。在这里，你将会与来自世界各地的同学一起学习，共同探索。你将会有很多机会接触世界一流的国际化教授团队，接受他们的指导与点拨。你还能选择在纽约大学全球教育体系遍布世界各地的校区和学习中心学习。显而易见，上海纽约大学代表了全球化时代高等教育发展的一个新阶段。通过转变与调整传统教育模式，帮助你拓宽视野、适应环境、提升素质、走向世界。一所自成一格的高水平大学，期待着有志向、有独特追求的优秀学生。上海纽约大学欢迎你。
NYU Shanghai is a school for extraordinary students. Our admissions process is designed to help us identify the students who truly belong here. The process begins with the things that can be measured reliably: test scores and high school grades. But because we receive so many applications from students who've proven that they can perform at the highest academic levels, we need to go farther. We need to develop a complete understanding of who you are and why you belong here. The Common Application and the NYU Supplement are the most important ways for you to give us that complete understanding. Please fill them out as carefully as you can. You should use our Common App video as a key resource. It explains what the different elements are, and it provides critical information about how you should answer the questions. Please watch this video as often as you need to, so that you're sure you understand what we're looking for. Beyond the video, however, I want to give you my own personal advice about how to answer the more open-ended questions. Please write essays that tell us something honest and authentic and personal about you. If you're serious, be serious. If you're funny, be funny. If you're shy, be shy. To us, a great essay is one where we hear your voice in every sentence. So as you edit and revise your drafts, I urge you to read them the way that we will read them. Ask yourself, does this sound like me? Or does it sound just like all the other essays that they will be reading this year? If my friends read this, would they think that I'm being me, or would they think that I'm being fake? The essays that make a difference are the ones where we feel that we have learned something new and important and personal about an applicant. We look forward to reading your application. Good luck.
Welcome to the NYU Shanghai Common Application tutorial. The Common Application is standard in the United States to evaluate candidates for university admission. In applying to NYU Shanghai, you will submit a Common Application and an NYU Supplement to be considered for admission. The NYU Supplement is a complementary component of the Common Application, specifically used by NYU to gauge whether or not a student is a good match for NYU and its 3 campuses in New York, Abu Dhabi, and Shanghai. The first part of the Common Application requests some personal information about you and your family. This way, we would be able to keep in touch with you and your family throughout the application process. When you write your name, please make sure that the name you use is the one that is on your passport, or, if you don't yet have a passport, the name that you will use on your passport. This is very important because if and when you apply for a visa, the name on your application and the name on your passport must be the same. If you have an English name, you can write it here if you wish. It is perfectly okay, however, if you do not have an English name. When providing your address, it is usually best to use your home address as your current mailing address, even if you attend a boarding school. However, if you wish to put your boarding school address here, it is important to show the dates that you can receive mail at your school. When providing your phone number, it is good if your preferred telephone number is one that is answered by someone who speaks English. If you have visited the United States before for a holiday or have come with a tour group, you should put 0. If you have spent a month or more in the United States studying in a specific academic program, then you can show less than 1. If you have lived in the United States as a student for a full academic year or longer, you can put the number of years you lived in the United States. When the application requests state, province of birth, please note that this is for United States and Canadian residents only. Please include your native language as well as any additional languages you know. This section of the Common Application asks some questions about your family. If you do not see an occupation that matches what your parents do for a living, please click Other. If your parent does not have an official title, it is okay to put a general title. Some examples are office worker, manager, high school teacher, division head, vice president, factory worker, food service worker, university administrator. Name of employer means the name of the company or organization that your parent works for. A college entrance examination board code, otherwise known as a SEEB code, is an identification number for schools, colleges, and universities. Some international schools, including those in China, have a SEEB code, but many do not. Some of the international schools that are attached to Chinese schools have their own SEEB code. If your parent's school does not have a SEEB code, that's okay. Please follow these directions. Click Look Up. Click your country name. Click your city name and your school name, skipping SEEB code. Click Search. If you are told your search criteria returned 0 results, click Search again. You will see a message in red, Didn't show your school? Click on the next sentence that says, click here to indicate not found. Zeros will then appear in the box. This means your parent's school doesn't have a SEEB code. For Parent 2, please follow the instructions for Parent 1. This chapter will review the process for filling out the Education, Academics, and Activities section of the Common Application. You should be aware that some of this information will only apply to residents of the United States. Please listen carefully and note which sections you should be filling out. Please follow the same procedure for your own school's SEEB code as you did for your parents' school's SEEB codes. If your school does not have a counselor, you should choose a teacher who knows you well. Ideally, one who has taught you and who has also worked with you on non-academic projects. Please ask that teacher if he or she will be your counselor. This person will be responsible for sending your transcript and other Common Application documents, including the International School Supplement, the school report, the mid-year report, and the final report. If you have asked a teacher to act as your school counselor, under counselor's title, please write which subjects he or she teaches. For example, English teacher. You must fill out the counselor's email information in order to open the school form section of the Common Application. The section regarding community programs is for U.S. residents only. If your school ranks students by each subject and the rankings change every time a test is taken, please put None under class rank reporting. In the United States, class means grade, so your class size should be the size of your entire grade. Many schools outside the United States do not have a cumulative grade point average, or GPA, a cumulative GPA scale, or GPA weighting. If your school does not have any of these, you can leave these areas blank. If you are submitting the Gaokao, please do not submit ACT, SAT reasoning, or SAT subject test scores. They will not help your application and may actually disadvantage you in the admission process. While NYU Shanghai will not require an English language test, such as the TOEFL, IELTS, or PTE academic test to demonstrate English language proficiency, we do in fact encourage you to submit an English language test to help us know you better. If you are submitting a national test, for example the Gaokao, you do not have to fill in the AP, IB, SAT subject test section. Please list the names of the courses for which you will take final exams in order to graduate from your high school. In listing your honors, it is important to pay attention to directions regarding word length. If you write too much, your words will be cut off and we will not be able to read your full responses. You may not be able to tell if your words are cut off, so please make sure you do keep your responses to the length indicated. If you do not see a match for an activity, please click Other Clubs, Activity. A key component of completing a Common Application involves writing a personal statement and various essays. When it comes to essay questions and personal statements, you should look at the personal statement within the Common Application as a chance to speak for yourself and your candidacy in an honest and straightforward manner. Admission officers will probably spend no more than a few minutes reading your various essays. At the end of the essay, they should be interested in you and want to know more. Choose something to write about that is your story. Use examples that you and no one else has experienced. Let your personality shine through and tell us what you want us to know, not what you think we want to hear. For more tips, pointers, and a checklist for structure and style, please click this link for further information. Remember to make sure that you follow instructions, especially regarding character limits. Your text will be cut off if you exceed the specified number of characters. Thanks so much for your interest in NYU and for taking the time to watch this video. We really hope you found it helpful. And we very much look forward to reading your application and learning more about you. Best of luck.